With us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with Ngannou. Oh, goes the win! Francis Ngannou!
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow. It looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish! Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to goal. It's a knockout. Oh my It's a knockout.
And it's closing in. Trying to finish it. And it's over.
Because I'm going to take this foot and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Piercing. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the canvas.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy. That's in the Book of Earl. I think
Not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
gotta be very careful.
Good evening, Trash Talkers and Gruntworks Nation and fight fans from all around the world. I know you're all tuning in here to get the experts' picks, but I have to hit you with some breaking news, some Olympic news. Molly Seidel from the United States of America just medaled in a marathon, in her third marathon of her life. I think she's like the second woman to ever medal in a marathon. It was
It
two
can't be
Kenyans.
possible. There's not
There's
enough
two-
syllables in that name, Nick.
Yeah, there was two Kenyans and then her. So congratulations, Molly Seidel. Go
America. America.
That was awesome. I almost didn't make the show because I had to keep running over there and watching it. You know, that doesn't happen very often. And then everybody calm down. We don't have another weekend without football until February. Okay? That's a really, really big deal. And I know some of you out there get real triggered and don't like watching the NFL, right? But I watch it. These guys watch it, and I pick it. These guys help pick it, and we're really good at that as well. So when those games start coming around, you're going to make money with us picking the NFL as well.
I thought you were going to tell me to calm down about Simone Biles because you know how upset about that I've been all week.
Oh, yeah.
All week.
I'm going to address that tomorrow for sure. I know Len did a great job of covering for me when I got the Rona, and she kind of covered a little bit as well. But that's the whole Book of Earl. Don't be amateur. That was a prime example. Like that whole week of people who were trashing Simone Biles are nothing but average people who will never amount to any amount of potential that they even might think they have with their freaking body. All right. So it's like, it's stupid to make fun of an athlete or to call an athlete a quitter who has like 20 freaking medals. Right. And it says, I might die if I go out there because I have the twisties or whatever. It's like, okay, take a break. Right. So it's like, yeah, we'll cover that tomorrow. But I did want to cover is I have an inside rep at my bookie. And they said that when Dallas went up 3-0 yesterday, all of the South somehow put in about $600 million on Dallas to win the Super Bowl. All right. That is how crazy Dallas Cowboy fans are. It's the preseason. You're up 3-0. What happened in that game? I forget. Yeah, I think they scored 3 freaking points. All right. So, anyways, Dallas, you're not going to win. All right. You might scratch out 9-10 wins this year based on your weak ass conference, but stop. All right. Settle down. All right.
Hey, Nick. At least you get the Texas Dallas Cowboy fans. I got the redheaded stepchild Dallas Cowboy fans from North freaking Carolina that know 2 things: Earnhardt and Cowboys, and that's all. That's it.
Yeah.
And I had to listen to that shit for the last 10 years.
Crazy. All right. Well, let's give a big shout out to our sponsors. We got 10th Mountain Whiskey. Go on their website. I think it's spirits.10thmountainwhiskey.com. Put it in VTT. Get yourself a discount. All right. Go to our store during the show or go to Gruntworks store during the show. I'm pretty sure it's running across the bottom or across the top. Put in the code VTTGW. Get yourself a discount on our apparel. Remember, shop veteran-owned companies. We're still on our own little private war against Grunt Style because they're the king, right? But they're not veterans anymore. All right, they forced the veteran owner out. It's nothing but civilians in there taking your money. All right, so stop. All right, buy our stuff, buy Gruntwork stuff. And
for those of you that think this is a ploy, I stop someone every single fucking time I see somebody wearing a shirt. I swear to God, I do. And all I say is this: they're not veteran owned anymore. Every time it's a what? Yeah, and I explain it to them. Yeah, and they usually are cool with it. Like, thanks, man. Now I know who to support. Like, fucking tell them. Because most of America will just keep buying. I mean, Nick's still wearing a tap-out shirt, for the love of God.
Well, I had to because of how poorly you guys did 2 weeks ago. I had to put on something that showed that we actually know what we're talking about. So you never...
Everyone agrees those judges were fucked.
We got effed on the Maverick fight, effed on the Phillips fight, and my cousin's in the other room. I call him Street Jesus of the North. He will argue with you all day long that Corey Sandhagen lost that fight 48-47. Dillashaw.
Yeah, maybe he was at
I disagree.
Yeah.
One guy's face looked like hamburger. The other guy looked like he just got done golfing 18 holes. So
exactly.
Just me.
It was bad. It was like that one fight earlier in the day where there was like a significant strike difference of like 50, and that person lost. It's like, what?
Maverick.
Yeah.
80-30, she outstruck her.
That was nuts.
But they want Macy Barber to have a title, apparently.
Who knows what's going on? You always got to do that with fighting. All right. When you're betting on boxing and all that kind of stuff, hey, sometimes it just happens. Who is that? What country did Pacquiao fight in? He fought some clown. And the guy ends up, they give the guy the win over Pacquiao because it was in his country. So all these judges just like gave this bum the fight over Pacquiao.
Tim Bradley beat him.
And it's like, dude, no. It's like, come on, But anyway, so
not outside of America, you don't win that fight. But
that's when you chalk up the, hey, you know what? Who cares? Here's your $100. Take it and leave it. But anyways, with us today, we got Trigger Joe Britson. All right, now he's back in his motherland of Detroit, Michigan, and then you got Bill Send It 7 Pearson, and we have a special guest host today, Picker, who's coming at us from Albuquerque, New Mexico, out of Jackson Week MMA, Daniel Gonzalez. Daniel, say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right, so who do you got in there? Who's in the gym today? Who's in Jackson Week?
Right now, here, let me flip the camera for you guys.
There you go.
So this is our layout right here. Right now, we currently have some high-level amateurs going. Yeah, one of the sports and medicine doctors.
Nick says that guy's ducking him. Nick said that guy right there is ducking him.
This guy
has a tap-out shirt on.
he never comes back. I mean, every time I call him out, nothing. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
Hey, he's actually wearing an Airborne shirt.
Is he really nice?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's wearing an Airborne shirt.
see,
Let me see your DD214.
He wants to be just like me.
I'm sorry.
He wants to be just like me. That's what he's saying. So
Yeah, let me ask.
yeah,
Yeah, he's wearing an Airborne shirt. I just noticed that.
that's legit.
That's Coach Alex right there. He actually works in John Jones's camp. He's worked on the last few of them.
Never heard of him.
John Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, I can let him know you said that too, because
tell him I said it. No, I'm just kidding, Dad. I know who John Jones is.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool here. I've lived here. I've trained here for the past 4 years now. I've lived here for a little over 6 months, and yeah, I'm learning a lot on the sports side and the business side of things.
There you go. Yeah. So those of you who are watching, Daniel G is a Marine, and he's a big-time war hero. So Sam Medina decided to make a movie about him, and we were fortunate enough to get to be participants in that. So that's coming out. So set your when that starts coming out, set your calendars and all that kind of stuff to watch it, because it's going to be a pretty special show, bring out a lot of awareness to veteran suicide and all that stuff. So Dan, thanks for coming on the show. Let's get it started. All right, we got a bantamweight fight to start us off, and it's Sung Yadong. Yeah, that's a good one. Coming at you with Yadong at 16-5-1, and then you got Casey Kenny at 16-3-1. Again, when we get into these picks, hold on, Dan. I got to explain this to the viewers. When I make my picks, don't fucking listen to me, okay? I'm an idiot. All right. Now, when these other guys pick, that's when you kind of listen to them. All right. I do it based off their jawline and their name. All right. Their country they're from sometimes, and all that good stuff. Now, at the end of it, they're going to give you their locks, their parlays, and their DraftKings sleeper. So pay attention to that as well, because we're making a lot of money this year on the parlays and definitely on the locks. So the bantamweight fight with Sung Yadong and Casey Kenny. I got Casey Kenny winning in the second round by disqualification. Okay. And this is why. Okay. This is what's going to happen. Yadong, all right, is going to get rocked. Okay. And he's in a defensive state, because I usually don't pick against the Asians in martial arts, because they always win, because they're born with it. Right. Okay. So the Asian's going to get rocked, and he's going to do a spinning, crouching tiger scrotum pull. Right? And he's confused. And he's actually going to take Casey to the ground, but unfortunately, it's not a legal move. So we're going to go Casey by disqualification. Second round. Danny G, who do you got in that fight?
I got Sung on that one. He's been here. I've seen him train. The dude's he's crazy strong. So I got Sung on that one.
All right, how's he gonna win, Dan? How's Sung gonna win?
He's probably I'm hoping he knocks the dude out, or it's gonna go all rounds by decision. But he definitely has the capability of knocking the guy out.
I like the sound effects to bag it too. Tell that guy tell him I hit him way harder than that. Hey,
is it too loud? Is it too loud?
That's the guy in the background slapping the mat, waiting for Nick to show up.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know for sure, but he's some kind of
still doing it.
Cousin or distant cousin to Khabib or Habib.
Yeah, I beat Khabib up too. Send him my way. Anyways, hey, so let's go to the champ. Bill, send it 7 Pearson. Who do you got in the first fight?
Yeah, so I'm actually with him on this one. This is also my DraftKings sleeper, because right now he's still the, I think, plus 120 underdog. So I'm going with Song by decision. Both these guys got pretty good chins. Most of their losses are usually splits or decision losses. So I think this will actually be a little meat grinder of a fight. But yeah, I've definitely got Song by decision.
Okay.
All right, Joe, who you got? What do you got going on?
Oh, Mike, I thought about this one for 2 seconds, and then I went with Song. I got him by decision. The finish rate isn't real high for these guys, and they're smaller, the 135ers. And I saw Casey Kenny lose a fight to Dominic Cruz, where there was not a whole lot of damage done. He let himself get outworked by a guy Dominic Cruz has done some great things. I've never been real high on him, but for an up and coming prospect, that's a fight you should win. And Dominic Cruz kind of dictated where they were going to go and what they were going to do. And I think Yadong's way too strong. He's young, coming out of alpha male. Daniel said he's trained over there, but he's going to be an animal. And I got him by decision.
There you have it. Looks like it's a 3-way, all right, technically a 4-way, but my way I have to win it, you can't win that. So the next one is a women's strawweight fight with Tisha Torres at 12-5 and Angela Hill at 13-9. Now, as I was looking at this, I was noticing something, right? And Angela Hill looks like she should be starring in like a 1970s Bruce Lee movie. Right, so I'm gonna go with.
You must have a pick of the afro.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Angela Hill in a first round 1-inch punch. So that's how that fight's gonna end, a la Bruce Lee. So Danny, who do we got in that fight?
I'm gonna go with Angela Hill too. She has a lot of experience. She's been in some tough situations, so I got to go with Angela.
Very nice, very nice. Trigger Joe, you're up. Who do you got in the second fight?
Oh man, Bill and I talked about this. We may disagree on this one. The shorties were pissing me off, Nick. The last 3 weeks, the short guys, all the guys under 6 foot. And I'm sorry, I'm part of that club, and I'm gonna rake on my own kind. But I'm sick of these fucking short guys getting outstruck. And this fight's no different. That's the only thing that bothers me, because talent-wise, I think Tisha Torres is a better all-around fighter. But I think the fact that Hill's got a little bit of length and a little bit of size on her, and that she's been in some tough fights lately, I think she grinds out of the decision here. And I got Angela Hill.
Nice. So, Bill, what do you got?
Tisha Torres all day. And here's why. Angela Hill's that fighter. Every time she starts to get up there, she'll lose to a top 15, top 20 person, then she gets knocked down again. Tisha kind of got a bad rap because she lost 4 in a row, which I blame on Dana White. So her 4 in a row, they put her through a meat grinder of Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Weili Zhang, Jessica Andrade, and Marina Rodriguez. That's a rough 4 fights when you're
that's murderer's row there.
I mean, that's a meat grinder. Then she came back and she's won 2 in a row. One was a decision, one was a doctor stoppage in the first round. So I don't think it'll be this big knockout winning fight. I think it'll be another 3-rounder, but it'll be Tisha Torres will win by decision.
There you have it. Hey, Danny, I'm going to have to ask you to mute now, because whoever's hitting those bags, if you haven't knocked the guy out by now, you're not a good puncher. All right, time to take a break.
Okay,
so we got the third fight.
Yeah, I'll go in the quieter hallway.
Just turn around and tell him to quiet
down. This is actually.
Tell him to turn it down. I'm on a show.
Hey,
all right, that's
I'll be like, hey, Nick
maybe
wants
come in there and slap you around a little bit. All right,
Nick wants you to train quietly, okay?
You tell him that the experts over here, when he used to train for fights, it was 2 punches.
I like that.
So I would train 2 punches every day. That's it. I only needed 2. That's why I never lose. Anyway, so here we go. We got
I'll go here by the office section.
There you go. We got a welterweight fight coming up. Michael Chiesa at 18-4, and then Vicente Luque. All right.
Chiesa. Chiesa.
Chiesa?
Yeah, Michael Chiesa.
Oh, the Chiesa. Oh, the H is silent.
Yeah, it's like Dierte. It's fancy. It's fancier.
So it's like Chiesa. Okay, got it. And Luque. All right, so 18-4 for Michael, and 20-7-1 for Vicente. Now, this one, nothing too flashy here. I'm going to go Vicente, 2nd round submission with a classic Chilean ankle lock. So I don't know if you've ever seen a Chilean ankle lock. They outlawed it in the 80s and they brought it back. It's pretty disgusting, but that's how that's going to end. You can put that down in the book. I don't even think they offer it as a prop bet, but they should. Daniel, who do you got in that fight?
You got to repeat that because I had to cut in the. You guys had a little delay there. So give me.
Who you got in Chiesa versus Luque, bud?
Oh, was I freezing up?
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit. I actually got Chiesa there. He's got He's got a lot of his ground game is pretty on point. I know he took out Carlos Condit. So after seeing that, I'm like, there's Kiesa is kind of surprising sometimes. So I'm gonna go with Kiesa on that one.
All right, yeah, it seems my power is going in and out here in the house, so I might be exiting early today. If that's the case, oh fucking well. So, all right, in the third fight, who do we got? Bill, send it 7.
Fucking weird. This is a fight I went back and forth on a lot.
Hey, Bill, you have a gigantic dog in front of you and one behind you, in case you weren't aware of that.
Yes.
I don't know if you're under attack or friendlies or what.
I'm going with Kiesa on this one. I'm going to go with the decision. I think he's just tougher. I think he's going to grind out that decision win. Unless we get the same judge we had 2 weeks ago. I would not put this in a parlay. I think this one really could go either way. So I would leave this. I wouldn't touch this in any of the parlays. But yeah, I'll go with Mike Kiesa with the decision. I think his ground game will help him grind him out to a win. And he, like I said, he's just a tough, grimy dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike Kiesa decision.
Very nice, very nice. Joe, who do you got in the fight?
It's probably the most evenly matched fight on the card. You don't see a whole lot of -105s and -115s, other than a fight where the bookies are basically saying, "You fucking figure it out." That's what Vegas is telling you. Luque, fantastic striker. Kiesa wants absolutely none of that on the feet. The feather in his cap is that he can put on a wrestling masterclass, and according to what I saw from TJ Dillashaw, that should win you a fucking fight. If control time and takedowns. All right, Vegas, I'm gonna bet with you, and I'm gonna go Kiesa because he is a supreme wrestler. He's bigger, and Luque's one of those short guys, man, and they've been fucking us lately on parlays. So very evenly matched fight, but I got Kiesa in a wrestling masterclass with a lot of takedowns, a lot of control time, winning by unanimous decision.
There you go.
There you have it, fight fans. Now, to the second to last fight, the bantamweight fight with Jose Aldo at 29-7 versus Pedro Munoz at 19-5. Now, these guys, again, are just those little tiny dudes that nobody cares about. All right. They found something to be good at. All right. Pretty sure they're the same size as my 12-year-old daughter now. But you got to think differently when you pick these fights. Like, how is this going to happen? So I'm going to go with Jose Aldo, all right, in this fight. And he's going to win in the third round by submission by tickling Pedro. Okay, he's going to tickle Pedro. So, I mean, you ever been tickled? Have you ever been tortured? You ever like the younger kid, right? The older brothers, and they tickle you. You want to die, right? It's like one of the worst feelings in the world, right? So this is going to be a new move, and it could start a trend with these little guys. Because these little guys can't knock each other out because they're just tiny, right? So watch out for the tickling, all right, Pedro, keep your head up. Okay, so Danny, who do you got in that fight? Oh, shit.
Yeah, Jose.
Nice. Jose.
He has a great record. Great record. Tough guy, even for a tiny guy. If you're talking about tickling, maybe you want to let John Jones. You want to tickle him?
No, John Jones is a little bigger than 135, I believe, right?
Yeah, but the tickling should work on any size. Any size.
Yeah, it could work, but you got to get inside. So when these bantamweight guys are throwing,
I believe his right leg from the quad down actually.
No, Jose is gonna win by possible submission, probably by the second round. Yeah, if not, I think he'll win by a decision. So he's a super tough guy. I would be hesitant on going rounds with him.
There you go. Joe, who do you got in this fight?
Yeah, I got Jose. We're talking about one of the most lethal strikers in the history of the 145 and 135 pound weight class.
No.
And he's only 34. Was I cutting out?
No, you're good, bro.
Out. My, like I
Okay.
said, everything
Sorry. It actually
in the house.
showed it, but he's only 34 years old. And at bantamweight, he's looked better. He looked kind of funky against Marlon Vera, but when he strikes, man, he can strike with anybody. So, and he's bigger than Munoz. He actually is a little bit bigger than him. So, Jose hitting somebody smaller than him, I like my odds, especially with how lethal his striking has looked at 135. So, I got Jose by decision.
All right, Bill, who you got going on in this fight?
Yeah, I got the same thing. I got Jose by decision. Pedro's tough. I mean, this is another one of those fights that Joe just talked about when, the odds makers want you to figure it out too. I think it's like a -106 and -110, something like that. They're pretty evenly matched. Pedro's tough too. He doesn't go to sleep easy. He doesn't tap very easily. I think this was going to be a meat grinder of a fight. And like Joe said, Jose's looked good at this weight, and when he's fighting smaller guys, he's still a nasty striker. But he's proven he can get slept.
It's actually incredible that he was the featherweight king for so long because of how natural he looks at 135. I didn't realize he was small until Conor knocked him out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Conor was such a giant featherweight.
But at the end of the day, I think Jose's also just a better all-around fighter, and he's smart. So I got Aldo by decision.
Very nice, very nice. Now, the main event, the heavyweight. Now, I know both of these guys. I've seen them before. These are those dudes that surround like famous people, all right, that are like real freaking huge. And sometimes they look a little chunky, and it's like, I could probably work around this guy.
No, you can't. The thing is, you can't.
Yeah, these guys need one chance. Right.
Yeah.
So these guys are absolute monsters. I'm excited actually to buy this fight because of these two dudes. Derek Lewis, 25-7, Cyril Gain at 9-0. Now I didn't put too much thought on this, but Cyril Gain looks like he eats children. Okay, so I'm gonna take him first round KO. It's over. So Bill, the champ. Oh, sorry, skip the guest. Daniel, who do we got?
I'm gonna go with Derek's second round knockout.
There you go.
Like
Derek taking the heavy hand, Derek Lewis. All right.
Like you said, he just needs that one chance.
There we have that. Bill, who do you got going on with this?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Saragon. And I think it's gonna be a decision, to be honest with you. Here's the thing. When you're at this weight class and everyone's 245, 265, every single one of them just needs that one punch. And it came down to Lewis has shown he can get slept. Every one of his losses is, except for one. I think he's been submitted once. All his other losses, he's been knocked out. Gon's still 9-0. And he's very patient and very smart. And he's smart enough to know that Derek Lewis is throwing hate bombs at him. So I think he's just going to stay patient, stay slow, and just pick him apart. So I actually got Gon going to decision. If he does win by KO, it'll be late third, early fourth round. But I think Gon's going to take this one. I think they're going to set up that super fight for him and Ngannou. And then, obviously, as Danny said, I think they're just waiting for John Jones to come in and make that super money pay-per-view fight that's going to happen, which everybody wants to see. John Jones is just a monster at heavyweight. But, yeah, I got Cyril Gane. I'm still going to go with decision. Cyril decision.
Man, what does a heavyweight fight that goes 5 rounds look like? That's got to be disgusting. So, But hey, Joe, who do we got in the main event?
You know what? I may let the Labatt Blue, this fine Canadian lager, do the talking for me tonight, and go with the fact that the UFC they'll take any narrative to build a fight, right? So to hype this thing up, Derek Lewis has never lost in Houston, Texas. He's fighting in Houston, Texas. Okay. That is a lot of times hyperbole and bullshit. I don't believe it is this time. I think that gives Lewis a added advantage, and it gives Gane that choke factor. He probably won't. But I don't believe Cyril Gahn can finish Derek Lewis. So I'm going to bet that Lewis lands the right hand inside of 25 minutes and is able to actually make this, pull this upset off. And I'm going to take Derek Lewis by 3rd round knockout.
Very nice, very nice. There you have it, fight fans. I hope you have your pens and paper out because now we're at the money-making time of the show. So we'll stick with Joe right now. Joe, who's your parlays? Who's your locks? Who's your DraftKings sleeper?
Oof. This card's so evenly matched. I'm gonna go with Aldo as one of my locks. I feel very comfortable picking him there. And then I'm gonna go to the prelims. If Alonzo Menafield does not beat Ed Herman, then Alonzo Menafield is done in the UFC. Okay. So he's a -240 favorite on the prelims. I got Alonzo Menafield breaking Ed Herman in half. So that's my other lock. But for the parlays, I like Menafield, and then also on the prelims, this Fiziev on the last one. He's a -330 favorite, but he's fighting Bobby fucking Green. So I'm gonna bet on Bobby Green to lose like I should have the first time when he fucked us on an 8-fight parlay. But so anyways, my parlay is gonna be Menafield, Fiziev. I like Yadong in the first fight, and then Aldo. And if you really want to get some value out of it, throwing Lewis in on a couple other parlays, smaller parlays, is a big payback. And Lewis is also my DraftKings sleeper because he'll be one of the cheapest guys out there.
There you have it. There you have it. All right, we already got Bill Senate Sevens, DraftKings sleeper in Yadong. Who do you got for your locks and your parlays?
Okay, so Song is obviously my DraftKings sleeper. Listen up on I also dug into the prelims if you want to make your parlay. Joe and I agree on Fiziev. That guy's another guy out of Kyrgyzstan. Grew up with our girl. This parlay is rough. But lock is Fiziev. Lock is Menafield again. If Menafield doesn't beat up Ed Herman within 2 rounds, he needs to just hang it up, walk away. Then go with Tisha Torres on that parlay, as well as I threw Gahn on my parlay. Now, also going with Joe, if you want to switch out Gahn and throw in Lewis, you're going to get a big payday because right now I think Gahn's -350 from the latest one I just checked.
It's higher than that. He's well, some late money moved in on Lewis because they were 290, 390. Now they're 360, 280.
Yeah. So Song, DraftKings sleeper, locks, Fiziev, Menafield, parlay. I put Fiziev, Menafield, Song, and Torres. If you want to get ballsy, you can throw in Gahn.
There you have it. There you have it. All right. So remember, don't stick a lot of money on the parlays if this is your first time, okay? Because Vegas has giant buildings because of parlays. Because people go in there and be like, I could win how much if I put $100 down? And it's like, Vegas is like, yeah, we'll pay you like 20 grand. And then
especially in this card. This is a really even card.
It's not that this is a garbage card. This is a very, like Bill said, this is a very evenly matched card. Like Chiesa Luque, Aldo Munoz, those fights are snug. And the odds for a reason. So
so watch your money, but pay attention to the locks. All right. You're not going to get paid off as much on the locks, but that keeps you in the game for the next week or the next week. And if you want to put like 25, 50, 100 bucks in to like a little gambling fund pop, that keeps rolling you over a little bit till you hit one of those parlays, and then you kind of start getting a little bit more loose with it.
Another key tip is if you're betting on a site, get your ass to the site well before the early prelims start. Because that is where you make a lot of your money.
There you have it. There you have it. All right. Now, tomorrow for the Trash Talk Hour, we have a retired colonel coming on the show who happens to be a bourbon taster. So
I like him already.
He is going to explain to us how much money we should be spending on a bottle of bourbon and what we should expect it to be like if we spend an X amount of money. So for us poor guys out there, some listed folk, he's going to give us some good bourbon that doesn't cost that much. That tastes like $100 bottle. So he's got a couple of those lined up, and he's gonna tell us how to.
Hey, send us each a flight. I'll tell you how much you should be charging for the shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be fun. And he's dealt with some mental health issues in the past, so he's gonna talk about that. How you know, he's got some hobbies that keep going, all that stuff. So join us at 1400 Eastern time on Gruntworks, Veteran Trash Talk, or our YouTube channel. Remember, go give our YouTube channel a like. Watch all these other UFC picks. All right, if you don't believe us, it's your first time watching, go watch about 15 of them on a friggin' Saturday and Sunday. All right, and then write down those fights and see how many times these guys have won. All right, it's crazy how many times they've won. And we're still looking for a big sponsor because this shit shouldn't be free anymore. Anyways, Daniel, thanks for coming on. All right, appreciate you coming out of Jackson Wink. Tell them guys stop ducking you over there. I'm only 4 hours away. I'll drive my ass up there and slap them around a little bit.
Well, yeah, you come by.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. What's that? That Roy Mercer. Hey, how big a boy are you? So that's what I'm doing. I'm calling her. Hey, is this Jackson Wink? How big a boy are you? Anyways, Bill, always a pleasure. Joe, always a pleasure. See you guys tomorrow. Rock on.